All right. Welcome everyone to Railroad Tycoon 3 Coast to Coast Edition. We're going to be starting a new campaign. I've actually played this game before. I've actually beat it before. I've got a high score, as you can actually see. There I am. 6 gold, 9 silver, 1 bronze. I think it was the very last one I did bronze on. Very last campaign mission, I think. I can't remember off the top of my head, but that was on normal. But I want to challenge myself, start a new campaign. We're going to do this one on hard. I don't know exactly what's going to happen when I click this. I don't know if this recording is going to crash or not. I'm doing this on Twitch. So I guess we're going to find out and see. Learning experience, I guess.
Well, hello there. It's right good to see you. The museum's supposed to be closed today, but I guess it's okay if you look around. I was down in the boiler room fixing that darn contraption again. Can't complain, though. That's why they keep me around here. Seems I'm one of the few geezers left that know anything about this old stuff. I thought I'd come upstairs and see who was here. Guess I ain't gonna get a nap with you around. Oh, I'm just funning you now. Right glad for the company, actually. What? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess you're looking at all them highfalutin display cases. They tell a story of some pretty influential people from the old days. Powerful industrialists they call tycoons. Right pretty name for the bad ones. Reckon it ain't good enough for the honorable ones. They were all men of action, though. Changed the world, they did. But they all started off same as regular folks like you and me. Oh, you think you could build an empire of your own if you'd gotten started in them days? Well, why don't you give it a try, then? Click on that first display case on the left there and get started. They don't bite. Go ahead.
So that's the old man. He's the caretaker of the museum. And actually, as an Easter egg, you can actually touch the
Don't
fan.
touch that. You'll leave a mark. Try a display case instead.
And he actually berates you if you just keep doing it over and
All
over
right,
again.
that'll do, Mr. McFeely. Now leave the fans alone. Dadgummit, I said leave 'em be. Hey, no habla inglés? Get your groper nasties off those fans.
Okay, enough fun and games. This is like this first section here. The first part of the campaign is like the United States section. So you have Go West, Germantown, Central Pacific, Texas T, and the war effort, and they all go in chronological
You
order.
seem fixed on this here scenario. Time's a wasting. Why don't you press the display again and begin?
Oh man's gonna keep talking, but this is like the early days of the United States, and it just keeps going up all the way to World War II. And over here is actually the Europe section. And
I
he's gonna
think you're
talk again.
getting ahead of yourself. Oh, you can try one of these scenarios if you like, but you might find it a sight easier if you go in order. Go to the room on the left by clicking on the sign shaped like a left arrow.
And these are like different, or not German, European countries. So you have state of Germany. This is like just before World War One, or yeah, just before World War One. Britain with the Flying Scotsman crossing.
That blank stare reminds me of my cousin Bubba. He had that there drooling problem too. Now wake up and get moving.
Gosh, old man. Crossing the Alps is, of course, the Alps in just above Italy and Germany, or not Germany. It's like a mixture of different countries. The Third Republic's France, and he's gonna start snoring now. Orient Express is Southeast Europe, so Turkey. Um, yeah, Southeastern Europe.
What?
We woke him up.
What? You remind me of something my daddy always told me. If at first you don't succeed, destroy all the evidence that you tried.
And this section is the rest of the world. So you have Argentina, Africa, and Japan. Argentina is actually a really, really cool map. Roads Unfinished is Africa, and that's a very fun map. And Japan's just a bunch of RNG. And over here you have the future.
I think you're getting ahead of yourself. Oh, you can try one of these scenarios if you like, but you might find it a sight easier if you go in order. Go to the room on the left by clicking on the sign shaped like a left arrow.
Yeah, this is like the future section, like 2000 and beyond. Granted, this game was made in the early 2000s, but you have the cedar, which is you actually have to plant trees in Greenland, I think. Oddly enough, Dutch Atlantis is like the Dutch. They actually built a wall to offset like the rising water with the melting of the polar ice caps. Very
Huh, sorry.
Jesus. He, that's a very fun map. And chip off the old block. That's actually the San Andreas Fault. Sets off a bunch of earthquakes and actually splits up the state of California. Again, very, very, very cool scenario. But let's go back and start with Go West. That's the very first one. And let's start off this campaign proper.
This here's about the American West. Well, west of New York City, anyhow. You see, the nation hadn't been able to use much of the land west of the Appalachian Mountains because it was just too difficult to move goods to and from those markets. Well, the trains changed all that. Now, the nation had a quick and reliable form of transportation. Go west, the man said. And so they did, by the trainload.
Yeah, let's see here at a loading screen. Mountain Dew. All right, so this is Go West. This is connecting Boston to Boston, Massachusetts to Buffalo, New York. I actually loaded in the entire map this time. So you have to get to Boston, which of course is in Massachusetts, and you have to connect it to Buffalo, New York. That is the whole mission objective. And oddly enough, that's the only thing you have to do. But the order to get gold, you have to do it before 1856, which is 16 years. 1861, that's 21 years, and 1866, that's 26 years. So this is a fairly straightforward mission. So we're going to click OK. So this is the map you have. Of course, you have Boston, Lowell, Manchester. You have a bunch of different towns or villages around it. Of course, you got New York right there. The stars represent the growth or the size of the town or the village. So 1-star towns like Worcester appear fairly diverse, but not a lot of industry. We have places like Boston where they have a tool and die, textile mill, port, retail, bakery. They have a fairly good amount of industry. But meanwhile, places like New York have way more industry. You have a brewery, meat packing plant. Actually, that's the museum and a port. So they're much, much bigger city. And if you go, is there a 4-star city? No, this New York's the biggest city here. So in order for us to get started, we have to start a company. Now you can do the name of the company, how much player investment you want, how much outside investment you want. Player investment is you in starting the company. Outside investment is how many investors you have for the company. So you can do very little outside investment. You start off with a little bit less money, but you have majority ownership of the company. Or you can do max outside investment, gives you more money, but now a lot more people have stake in the company. It doesn't matter. Both routes are doable, but this one is significantly easier. And you can do company logos and stuff. I think I'm going to do the... If I can find it, where is it? There it is. The hammer and the spike with the buffalo coin. I like that one. So yeah, we're gonna call it just Gateway Eastern. I just go with the first name. I don't really worry about the names much. So here we go, and our company started. Now you notice these colored dots here. These signify how much time progresses. So pink is paused, red is slow or very slow, orange is slow, yellow is normal, light green's fast, and then bright green is very fast. So this signifies how much time progresses in the game. Now here, no. First off, we're gonna start by laying track. Sorry, notification came up on my phone. We're gonna start first by laying track down. So we're gonna start in Boston because we have to. It's not really you have to start in Boston, but it's a big town. It's got a lot of industry, and you can actually build up these smaller towns nearby. Now it said in the I'll show it to you here. Special conditions. These go with almost every scenario. Cannot build on connected track. Cannot resign or be removed from chairman of your company. Unconnected track means once I lay down track somewhere, I have to build off it. I can't just lay down other track somewhere else. So I can't just go Boston, Lowell, and lay down track here. So I have to use the track that I lay down in Boston. Now what I like doing for Go West is actually building up this section here, because this section here has actually got a lot of money in it. And what I normally like doing is going from Boston, going by Bridgeport, connecting to New York, and then offshooting it across the river through Albany, going up the river to Utica, Syracuse, Rochester, and then eventually connecting to Buffalo. Now the thing about this is because of how what's the word I'm looking for? Early it is in the nation, trains aren't fast, they aren't reliable, they're very slow. So short routes help. Long routes have a lot of money, but you're gonna lose a lot of that money because of the distance the train has to travel to get there. So I'm going to put stations down. So now we have two cities connected, Boston and Lowell. That was Discord. And what I'm going to do is actually going to look around and see what industries do they have and what I could potentially invest in. What? You don't pull it up? Yeah, disconnected. Okay. Thought my computer was disconnected there for a second. My bad. And you see Lowell, it actually has a meat packing plant, so they need livestock. And look at there. There's livestock right there. Perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect that livestock. Be careful. Also, the green, the track, how it lights up is the grade of the track. So green and yellow, light green is like moderate to low grade, and red or orange to red means very high grade. The more grade the track has, the more expensive it is, so gotta be mindful of that. See how see how the price of it changes depending on the grade of it? Like, see, look at that, 215,000, 155,000. So you gotta be very careful how the grade works. And connect there. Now this. It'll take a minute, but once this cattle ranch recognizes this station here, it'll start using the train to go between. So it'll just naturally going there. Now, what does Boston have? They have a tool and die, and they want iron. Ooh. Iron's a big money maker in the early parts because of it's new. It's a lot of goods are made from it, and actually, are these profitable? You see this buy here? I can actually buy this industry. It's actually profitable. I'm going to buy it. Good rule of thumb to always keep in mind: if an industry is not profitable, do not buy it. Even when you're planning on making it profitable, do not buy it. Be careful, because you'll learn, or as we play along, you'll actually learn that even when you are planning on buying a industry or a company, how much money it's making, even if you know you can make a lot of money by it, be careful anyway, because things change, economy changes, all that. You got to be careful. And what I'm going to do here, since there's a lot of industry, I'm carefully negotiating the mountains here. I'm actually going to do a large station so I can encompass all this industry. So look at there. Now we have that large station. So it's not exactly encompassing everything, but it's close enough. So I'm gonna go ahead and buy a train. Oh crap! I didn't even do that. Now of course these dots here are stations. So we got Boston, Lowell, Manchester, and Concord. These are close. It goes by distance of how close that station is to a city. So I'm going to do a train from Boston to Lowell. Apply this to consist all stations on this route. That makes it to where all 8 cars, that's the max. It presets to 4, but you want 8 to maximize how much you make per trip. And any cargo is basically anything in this list. Any freight excludes passengers and mail, and express is just passengers and mail. But let's just do any cargo, so we're not limiting ourselves here. Now you got 2 choices right at the gate: the Norris and the Planet. The Planet is a horrible engine, but the Norris is better. But look at the price: $10,000 for this, $40,000. But look, atrocious, very poor, poor, ultra cool, and steam. That's the engine type. Excuse me. Poor, poor, below average, looks sharp. We're going to definitely go with the Norris because it's a lot faster. And look at there. Before we even started the game, he's already going to make money. You'll realize that once you start shipping stuff to other cities and other industries, right away you're going to make money because they need something to ship it to these places. Now we're going to do one to Lowell to Manchester. And of course, he's going to an industry. He's going to the cattle farm here. He's not going to make as much. But Boston to Concord. No, he's not going to make much anyway. Now, another thing. You see you have 3 types of stations: large, medium, and small. You have to have your trains serviced. All steam engines operate with water and sand for traction, water for speed, and oil. If a train runs out of oil, it's not going to affect it much, but it increases its breakdown chance. So the chance of it breaking down is going to go up if you let it run out of oil. If it runs out of water, it'll decrease in speed. If it runs out of sand, it's going to be very slow on uphill. So I'm going to shut up. I know I've been talking for a little bit, but we're going to start at the time, and we're going to watch these trains make money. Also, this is our company. You can look at your revenues, expenses, your interest, profit, and you can actually declare bankruptcy and issue bonds. Think of these bonds as like a loan, and you can take out $500,000 in a loan, but you have to watch the rate. If it's a high rate, you don't want to take it. If it's a low rate, take it. Issue stock. You can make money off the stock by selling it, or you can buy it back. Dividends, how much your player here, this is you, that's me, that's how much he's going to be making per quarter. So he's going to be getting 20,000. No, actually, he's going to be getting less than 20,000. That's that's right. He's going to be at 20,000. He's going to be getting 20,000. And of course, a merger, you can merge with another company, and then this comes way later, but access rights to different states, different countries, and they do cost money, and they're not cheap. And that comes later. And already, we're making money. Granted, we're not going to be making big bucks yet, but it's getting there. The frames dropped there. I think it was loading something. Now see, I actually have some mods installed. So the cars are going to look, if you've owned this game, the cars are going to look different from yours, and some trains are going to look different from the original. Yeah, I installed mods on a game that's probably the same age as me. Now look at that. See, iron, wool, and iron, and he's going to be making almost 200K just from 4 cars. That's how profitable iron can be, and that's why I love iron. It's so profitable. And the best part is it's actually a sheep farm over there, so we're actually be making money in this textile mill too. That's a good play. So we're not going to do any bonds because we don't really need to. Alright, now this is the other aspect of the game. I'm going to pause it just so I can show you. This is a rival company. New York and Edison. This is a rival company. Now, most of the time you don't have to worry about these guys, but they can... Okay, I guess. These guys can be a pain later in games. Because if it's a profitable route, they'll do really good. If it's not a profitable route, they won't do that well. But this comes way later where you just have to merge with companies and buy them out and stuff like that. That comes later, but he should do alright here, but I doubt it. There's supposed to be another company popping up somewhere, probably Allentown and Newton, but we'll see. But so far, the early game for this is really slow paced. You just got to build up money, build up companies, buy companies, or buy industry, so you can have industry profits, something to fall back on when the money starts to dry up a little bit. And if this sheep farm starts to become profitable, I may buy it. And I think what I'm going to do is for the guy that has to go to Concord, I'm actually going to cut through here. Ooh. Your company has been given an anonymous donation of 100K. Seems someone wants to see you succeed. Thank you, good sir. This is just so he bypasses Lowell, so the congestion in Lowell is not that bad. And he's actually... That's hard to believe that 4 cars worth of goods is going to be $187,000. And... Wow. $186,000. Alright. Now every year, at the end of every year, you're actually going to get a ledger. This is your ledger. And it has a lot of details regarding revenue, profits, money, anything. And you can look at your income statements. Oh crap, didn't mean to do that. Balance sheet, haulage, stock, all of this. Now this is the part you're going to want to worry about. Your investors are somewhat pleased with your performance. The board of directors increases your salary by $1,000 to $11,000. This right here is what you need to worry about. You never want them to become outraged or displeased. You want to keep making them happy. If you stop making them happy, they'll kick you. They can't do that because of the rules of this scenario. That's the word I'm looking for. You can look at the other players, so that's us. Fisk, there, that's the other people, other companies. Oh, there he is, actually. There is Syracuse and Waterton. He'll struggle because that's not a very profitable route, and that's exactly where I gotta go. It is what it is. We won't worry about it. And of course, you can buy stock. So, like, I can buy my stock, and when you have parentheses right here, that you're buying them on the margin. So if you end up having to sell, you're gonna get punished severely for it. So always wait until you have money where there's no parentheses and you actually have cash on hand to actually buy stock. That comes later though. We're not worried about that right now. So right now we're just going to worry on our other trains here. Give him high priority because he's hauling passengers and other goods between towns. Now the good thing about this is since this is a large station, I'm actually, as I probably know, it's not profitable. Because this station's here, it's actually going to pull logging camp, dairy farm, this. It's going to pull a lot of industry to that one place. In fact, see, it's already growing. Already growing. Now, once it gets later in the game and they're producing at a very solid rate, it'll get even bigger, but it's not going to be that big right now. I think next year we're going to start going toward New York, and then we have to cut up the river, going across through Albany and then continuing to go up the river. Now, you don't actually have to run goods. Once you connect to Buffalo, it pretty much ends once you get that far. So you don't have to worry about having to run goods to Buffalo, to Boston. You don't have to worry about that. You can if you want to, but you don't have to. Whoa, hello there. Look at that. I don't actually know if he's going to use the offshoot I did, but it'd be cool if he did. That's the thing about these old trains is they are horrid on uphills. When it's flat, it's not that bad, but on an uphill, they are not that good. He's gonna just go, oh, never mind. And if you press W on your keyboard, you actually can make them blow the whistle. It's actually really cool. I like it. $224. So he's already making more money. And look, iron, wood, or logs, milk, and wool. He just pulled all 4 of those industries over there from that one station. And it's just going to get even better as time goes on. And here he goes. He's got more profit, so that train's going to stop. And look at there. He goes to the offshoot. Oh, another year has passed. Alright, so now they're getting annoyed. We didn't make as much money that time, so they're going to cut my salary. And of course, we're still not connected to Buffalo. So the whole point is to keep making your investors happy so they keep increasing your salary. The more they increase it, the better, the more happy they are. Start doing a bad job, and your profit goes down, and your salary goes down. So you got to be careful. Happy investors, happy company. We're gonna stop at this. That's mail. I'm gonna say, that looks different. That's not a passenger car. It's not, it's a mail car. You can see, they're already borrowing debt. Or borrowing money. It's putting them in debt. I'm 2 years in and I'm not doing that yet. Ooh, look at that. $211,000. Incredible amount of money. And he's going to be going back. He's going to take passengers there. He's got to take the workers, I guess. So here we go. Now is when we're going to start trying to go to New York. We have to get to New York. We get to New York, we're off to a good start. So we're just going to cut through Providence. And we're actually going to go along the flat parts here. Connect their track to ours. And you can do that. It's possible. If you can stay ahead of them, you can actually starve them of profit because they're having to use your line. And if they use your line, they pay you to use it. So you can really starve them of money, but that comes way later. That Texas T, I think that's when you're going to really start to want to do that. Or Germantown. You can do that in Germantown too. Germantown, USA, the next scenario. Hello. $95,000 in profit. Now, see that. Let me pause it here. Cash level. We're in debt. We already went into the red. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the dividend because we don't need it. So now there's no money going out. I'm actually going to sell stock to get some money back, which increases our share price because more people are now having. There's more stocks outstanding. I just think it does. I'm still trying to learn how the whole stock thing works. I know the more stocks you have outstanding, the more dividend you get. But we don't need the dividend for this scenario, so I'm not going to worry about it. So I'm going to be careful here. We got a little bit of money. Already. $197,000. That's gonna be the real money maker there. Those are. It won't nuke our credit. Nope, it just goes down to letter grade. That's another thing about stock or bonds. Your credit rating goes by three. It goes by 5 letters. F, which is, horrible credit. D, and that goes 1D, double D, triple D. C, which is C, double C, triple C. B, in order to issue bonds, your credit rating has to be a single B or higher. You can go all the way to triple A as well. And of course, the higher your credit rating, the more bonds you're able to take out. But you gotta be ready for the debt that comes with it. You have to be ready for that. Otherwise, if you take out too many and you're not making enough money to offset it, then you're going to have a whale of a time trying to build it because you're not going to have any money. It's the bond is what's going to be taking a lot of your money. Start it back up again. See, we're almost to New York. Now, once I connect to New York, my plan is to have a train that runs from Boston to New York. That's a long line, but that is a profitable one. Of course, you're connecting two major, cities. Look at there, they're pleased. They're not somewhat pleased, they're pleased. And they increased my salary by 2,000, so I'm back to 11,000 in salary. And look, right here, I actually have enough money to buy 1,000 shares of Syracuse and Waterton. You see, my cash went down, but now I own some of their stock. Just thought you'd like to know that. I'm trying to think. Now, of course, I can buy back stock. Well, I can't do that right now because I got no money, but the game slowly teaches you all this stuff. The further you progress, the harder the scenarios get, the more complicated things get. But the good thing is when the complicatedness comes up, you know exactly what to do, or you at least have a fair idea. Economy forecast: growing prosperity. Economy's growing. More money in circulation. I like it. $183,000. Now I think I need to connect to New York as quick as possible here, just so I have that line going. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut through Bridgeport. Not connect it, but cut through it. And look at there. New York is now connected. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a train from Boston to New York. No caboose. And look, 204,000. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a station, a maintenance tower or maintenance facility there. And along the line, I'm going to choose like middle ground places. So like right here, Providence and Bridgeport. I don't have to put them there, but they're good midpoints for where if he needs it, he can have ease of access. And they'll automatically stop at these, like you saw with the train number 3 coming from the industry to Boston. They'll automatically stop on if it's there. You don't have to mandatorily do it, or not mandatorily, but select it. But now we can just watch the trains. Actually, I want to watch our New Yorker. So he's taking mail, produce, sugar, goods, paper, and iron. And of course, on a downhill, every train's fast on a downhill. And the thing about these wooden bridges is actually he's going to slow down because trains can't go fast over a wooden bridge. But if I was to build, say, a stone bridge, see, stone bridges are expensive but can support double track and trains cross them at high speed. If I put a stone bridge there, he'd go through it much faster. But a wooden bridge is cheaper, can't be upgraded to double track, and trains are noticeably slower. Now later on you can do iron bridges, which are kind of the in-between. They go at moderate speed and all that. It's a better option for sure. And he just got water and sand. Oh, another year has passed. They're annoyed with me, so they cut my salary by 1,000. There's back to 10,000. We lost money that year. But then again, we didn't have this guy going to New York. He's almost there. That's the thing about connecting track like that, is it can mess with the train sometimes. But 170,000, not bad. 200, almost 300,000 just for train number 3 over there. Now let's see what New York's going to give us in terms of money. Probably not a lot. I wouldn't expect a lot. Oh, boom times ahead. Woo-hoo, boom times. Oh wow, 305,000. And that's mail, passengers, milk, and meat. And he's going to bring that to Boston. It's a lot. It's a lot of money. Now, the plan I have, like I said earlier in the video, is I'm going to go with this riverbed. It's actually, you can build the track across with this river. And it's nice, it's flat, you don't have to worry about undulations. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and try to start it. Not finish it all the way, but start it. Because we're only 4 years into this. I wonder... Oh, wow. He's actually not worth a lot. And neither is Syracuse. So really I could buy them out, but I'm not going to. I'll buy your stock though. Because it's $3 a share. Wow. $3 a share. That's bad. It's not his fault. I mean, that's just not a very profitable line. It really isn't very profitable. New York and Edison's better, but you're really having to work with you're not really working with a lot of stuff, because you're connecting a smaller village to like a major hub. Doesn't really help. Wow. $1 a share. Bargain sale. Train 2 has arrived in Lowell. It's going back to get more stuff. Now look at this. Profit. Profit, profit, profit. Operating at maximum capacity. Or close to it, close to it. They're profitable, they're profitable. Now they're starting to break even. Well, dairy farms are always... Everyone needs milk. Now look at that. That's clothing. Passengers and mail. Holy. And then 233,000, 241,000. He's almost here. And so is the New York. Yeah, one coming from New York. It's almost here. So we're finna see an explosion in money. Man, trying to just right of Manchester. He's actually pulling iron. Where are you pulling iron from? Oh, he's pulling it from here. Huh. That's cool. That's weird why it would go that far. Guess I really can't question it though. Look at that. Wow. 136,000. Train 1 arrived in Lowell. We're almost at 500,000. We can almost pay off a loan, and that's something you need to keep in mind. 5,000. Look at that. Very pleased. Increase your salary to $15,000. Woo! Oh, going back up to $12 a share. Nice job, guys. Good rebound. Alright, I have enough to pay off a loan. Now you see this 10%, 8 and 9? That's the interest rate. The lower this interest rate, the better the loan. You don't want high interest loans because that means it's taking more than really it should. A low interest loan is what you're looking for. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pay off this 10%. Now, of course, if you repay this $500,000 bond now, you'll also incur a 2% prepayment penalty, $10,000. Let it run to its maturity, no payment fees will be due. If you let it run to its maturity, you're running into a very weird situation because then you have to pay it wholesale. But if you repay it now, you don't have to worry about it running to its maturity. Look at here. What's happening here, boys? Oh yeah, it's paused. I was wondering why it just stopped. That was weird. He's taking goods. It's going to be 73,000. 92,000. I can't wait to see what he takes back to New York. Wow. 253,000. That's why I love that line. It's just so profitable. This is a very good introduction map to Railroad Tycoon 3. It really gets your feet wet. I'll sell these next year. Now keep in mind, back to the briefing, I want gold. I gotta connect by 1856. I got 10 years to do it. We're doing good so far. I think we can get there. Not that far away. It's just 2 rivers away. Now this this overview mode shows you how much cargo is on the map. So all these like black box card looking icons is how much goods are there. So Boston has a lot of goods. Total cargo available 314. I mean, it has a lot of cargo. It's a good hub. I wonder if I can. Fortunately, you can upgrade. Okay, I'm not worried about it. Now look at there. 300,000 hauled to this station and not from. Oh, here we go. Alright, so this is the first time this has happened in the game. New locomotive has been introduced, the Baldwin 060. If you didn't know what these numbers mean, powered wheels in the back, powered wheels in the unpowered wheels in the front. There's 6 powered wheels and no unpowered wheels in the back and no unpowered wheels in the front. So, and you can select and check the speed of the train hauling different stuff. So if it's express, pretty good speed. Freight, a little bit slower. Mixed, yeah, fair mix. It's going to be pretty decent. And of course, you can look at the price, the maintenance, fuel economics. You can look all that through here. Now, if you're looking to do an express train, passenger appeal is a big thing you got to look for. Passengers think it's ugly. They may not want to, ride in the train that looks ugly. But if it's like it says down at the bottom, I don't know if you guys see it, but I can. If it looks sharp or it's ultra cool, if the passengers think it looks sharp or ultra cool, you'll get a bonus in passenger revenue. But if it's ugly, you'll get a penalty. And that's for all trains. Statehood for Texas and Florida in 1845. Sweet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace these trains with the Baldwin. Now, see, I said I installed mods and changed the color of the Baldwin locomotive now. Oh, make them blue. Oh, I need $90,000. Okay, I'll wait. I'll wait. Nope, there we go. Now look at there. New train. $272, $273, $74. Wow. Wow. Lots of money to be had there. And of course the New Yorker is almost there. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do now. It's August. We'll fast forward a little bit. Now, what I like doing, if I need to sell or issue stock, I do it at the beginning of the year. I don't like doing it in the middle of the year, or at the very end of the year. It's easier just to wait if you need to issue stock again. Very pleased. Increase the salary by $4,000 to $19,000. What I'm gonna do now, issue some stock. And you can do that twice a year. You can't do it more. You do it all at once. You just wait a year, and then you can start issuing more stock. So now I'm going to start heading up the river. I don't want to do that. You really got to pay attention to how this works, because you don't want to put it somewhere where, that happens. Now, see, going up this river is actually is a smart play. The problem is I have to cross over into Albany, go up this little hill, and I have to hug this mountain, and then go across. And it's a pain if you don't know how to do it. But thankfully, I know how to do it, because I'm smart. I'm a businessman, doing business. I was a businessman, doing business. I'm actually going to see if I can't fix that. Yeah, that works. Oh, what's going on here? No water. Oh, he's going to get water. He'll be fine. Whoa! Who's going to Lowell with that stuff? Gonna make some good money. $160,000. Now you can see the lifetime profit, $1 million, and that's from the start of the game. No, let's actually go to the number 4. 500,000. He's only been going for 2 years. Pretty impressive, not gonna lie. We're at that point of the game where you're just almost running out the clock. Let's see the difference. My credit rating's up. That was a 5% interest bond. That's going to be very little payout every quarter. I'm going to keep laying track. Ooh, you see that bridge pop up? Ooh. Need to hug a little closer to the mountain there. Alright, so we have made it to Albany. This is where we're going to cross over. I'm going to go over here. Can we shorten that bridge a little? 210,000. Who's close? Oh, 225. More than enough. Whoa, his tank back here. Let's help a buddy out. Oh, and these are little offers. If you can hit the reward, first train to first row to connect a war chest, you get a $300,000 bonus. Let's throw him a bone. Let's throw that place a bone. And we'll have a train. Green Baldwin. Go between. Whoa. Okay, hold on. Since he's going to be doing a mix, I would rather it be a Norris. Ooh, okay. Look at this. Excited. They're really loving what I'm doing. The board of directors increased your salary by $3,000 to $22,000 a year. Wow. Happy about that. Happy, happy, happy. This is probably the best I've ever done on this map. It's time and money wise. See, this is what I mean about this section. You really got to work with it and figure out what you need to do with it, because it is a horrid place right here. But once you get past it, it's pretty much a straight shot to Buffalo. Well, he was just broken down. That little wrench icon means he was broken down. But he's back up and running again. Yep, interest rate at 5%. Let's do it. Let's get to Buffalo, guys. Can we get there before 1850? I think we can get there before 1850. That'd be the earliest I've ever completed it. Oh, the hilliness, I hate it. So I'm kind of taking it slow, because if I can get it flatter, I want it flatter. There we go. So we're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. Not quite, but we're almost there. We can probably throw down a station here just to have Albany connected. Yeah, we can connect with that. And we can run an Albany to New York. Ooh. Speed up time. Because we're very close to getting to Buffalo. That's the track right there. We're almost there. They're neutral, so they are indifferent to how we did this year, and they cut my salary back down to $19,000. Okay, okay. We're almost there. We're almost out of the woods. Mexico and America, peace. Mexico and America, and hostilities. Mexican-American Wars. Or Spanish-American. No? 1848, no. It would have been the Spanish-American War. Not yet. Was it? Hold on. I need to look that up now because I'm pretty sure that wasn't it. It was not. That's weird. Oh yeah, because Mexico kept wanting to have Texas back. That's what the hostilities was about. Oh, someone just closed the door. Felt it through the wall. Oh, okay. So this is new. This is new. This is an event that happens in the game. The Gold Rush has presented you with an opportunity. With your railroad, you can shave off weeks of travel to prospectors looking to get to California if you know how to capitalize on it. So you have three options. Spend $1,000 on advertising, increase railway usage by 15%. Spend $1,000 on steam technology, improve speed of locomotives by 20%, or do nothing. They're pretty self-explanatory. Spend $100,000 to increase railway usage or increase locomotive speed. I could do either or I could just do nothing. I think I'm gonna do locomotive speed, because speed is everything. Just go right over this guy. And of course, this little overpass isn't going to hurt the train speed that much, so... Let's see, his stock prices went down. But see, mine is at $64 a share. His is at $25, but he's at 1. So he's not making any money. The AI are not very smart in this game. Text message. It's just a waiting game, lads. Just a waiting game. Waiting to make money. And that's really all this game is. Year's fitting to end. We definitely did better this year, I think. Come on. We need money. We need money. Make money. I see you making money. Come on. Oh, he isn't up. They're fed up. So we didn't make as much money that year. I thought we were going to do a lot better. Guess not. So they cut my salary again. Current year is 1849. We have only a handful of years left before this ends. So we need to be quick. Need to act. We are so close. We are so close. There we go. Okay. I know what I can do. Come on. Come on. 30,000. 30,000. Come on. 30,000. Come on. We're almost there. We are in Buffalo. Come on. I don't want to take out another loan. I don't want to take out... Yes! We have connected to Buffalo. Before 1850, we connected to Buffalo. And of course, this little video plays success. Success of this kind is worthy of the gold. That's awesome. We did it. We connected from Boston, Massachusetts to Buffalo, New York. Now, remember, the gold was to connect before 1856. We did it before 1850. That is fast. Incredibly fast. And I don't want to keep playing this game, but we're finna go back to the screen.
Great job. Don't know if I could have done better myself.
Thank you.
Now, with that important link in place, I do believe there's a tidal wave of folks getting ready to follow the railroad west into America's newly opened heartland.
All right, so the next one's going to be Germantown, USA. That's going to be the next video, but we now have the gold medal on Go West. And of course, you have won the scenario with gold. Feel free to replay for fun. Yeah.
Hey,
I think that's...
don't listen to them voices in your head there, buddy. That's what they want. If you select a display case, it'll help you concentrate.
This old man, I swear. The next one's going to be Germantown, USA. I will see you guys then.